Hey girl, hey. Now this is one of the most important things that you can do, which is why I am dedicating a whole video to it. And that is travel insurance. I had some travel acquaintances that were in a really bad accident. And this accident happened in a foreign country. A lot of people got badly hurt. The people that had travel insurance had a very easy time in the way that their treatment was dealt with and their recovery. There were people in that group that had to be airlifted. And something that you don't think about, which of course, who wants to think about it, but it is a possibility. When something happens in a foreign country, and if somebody does pass away, there are fees to have a body shipped back to its home country. Most people don't think about that. I mean, I get it. Why would you? But if you think about travel insurance the same way you think about your car insurance, your health insurance, your homeowner's insurance, we have these things just in case something happens. But realistically, how often do we use them? How often are we filing claims? Not usually, right? But you have it, and you wouldn't go without it because you know if something does happen, you will be covered. Well, it's the same thing with travel insurance. You want to make sure that if something does go wrong while you are traveling, that you have a policy that will cover the things that you want to be covered. You have to do your due diligence because not all travel insurances are the same. I will say this, a lot of people think that their credit card insurance that comes sometimes with a credit card, and then sometimes an airline will have a policy that you can buy. I don't recommend buying those. I don't recommend relying on those. Having a separate policy that's strictly for your trip. You want something that is going to not just cover flight delays and baggage delays and things like that, or if you get sick. You want something that can cover if you need to be airlifted, if you have to go to the hospital, if you break a limb, if you're unconscious and you may need someone to fly into destination to be with you. There are policies that cover those types of things. Full disclosure, I have never had to use any of the travel insurance policies that I have had. And I buy travel insurance for every trip that I take. But what I don't want to happen is I'm somewhere having a ton of my life, something happens, I need my travel insurance and I didn't buy the policy. Now, unless you come from a family where they can just easily pay for things, well, then that's wonderful. Then this doesn't apply to you. But most people don't live like that. So if you don't have the means or your family doesn't have the means to be able to pay for whatever possibility could happen while you are traveling, then travel insurance is absolutely something that you want. You can buy a policy per trip, or if you travel a lot, you can buy a yearly policy. And because not all travel policies are made the same, then just make sure that you're looking at the details to see what they cover. I always make sure that I have a travel policy that covers hospital stays, airlifting. I don't look for a policy that covers shipping a body back because if I die while I'm traveling, I just want to be cremated, and my family knows that. Now that brings me to another point. It's not something that people like to talk about, but you do need to discuss with your family. Let's just say something does happen to you while you are traveling. Talk to your family or whoever would be in charge of your body. You let them know, don't bring me back, or you better bring me back. Whatever it is that you want, make sure that the people that are closest to you know your wishes. It's not morbid, it's not creepy. It's really being very responsible. Just like with planning your travel, there are certain things that you don't want to leave to chance. So if you are hurt or injured or sick or whatever it is that may come up, travel insurance is one of those ways to guarantee that you will be able to call someone and they will be able to give you the next steps of what you have to do in order to rectify the situation. I'm such a fan of travel insurance that if somebody travels with me, I let them know right off the bat, you cannot travel with me if you don't have travel insurance. It's crucial. It really is. And again, this is why I am only talking about travel insurance in this video, because I really want you to understand solo travel. Obviously, I'm a fan. I've been all over the world by myself. I think of it as just another expense on my trip. I don't even think about it really, because it's just something that is now, when I plan my trip, I also have my travel insurance. And whether you're traveling solo or not, I personally think it's really irresponsible to travel and not have travel insurance. Once your trip is all set and you have your travel insurance, then make sure that you give your travel insurance information to someone at home. So if something were to happen, then they will have the information and they will be able to relay this information to whoever they need to give it to. Or if something happens to you and let's say you lose your policy, you just don't have it, or you're frazzled and you can't find it, then you'll be able to get in touch with your loved one, and then they'll be able to give you that information. It's just another one of those layers of protection that it's really important that when we as women, when we are traveling, especially when we're traveling alone, we want to make sure that we are doing our best to make sure that we cover all bases and we stay as safe as possible. It's not being morbid. It's not being it's not doing too much. It's being smart. And you want to be a smart solo traveler. If you'd like some more information about solo travel tips, you can always check my blog, RonnieTheTravelGuru.com. And if you want to talk to someone, if you just need a little bit of help, like you're just not sure about the trip and you have some questions and what to do and you might be feeling a little antsy, I'm your girl. I have an option on my blog for travel planning, but you can go ahead and you can choose this option. And even though it says for Paris planning, it doesn't have to be. It can be for solo travel. I'd love to talk to you. Thanks for watching.